Cinderella was now 75 years old, after a fulfilling life with the now passed away prince. She sat happily in her rocking chair, watching the world go by from her front porch, with a cat named Alan for companionship. One sunny afternoon, out of nowhere the fairy godmother appeared. "Cinderella," said the fairy godmother, "what are you doing here after all these years?" Cinderella replied, "Fairy godmother, what are you doing here?" The fairy godmother smiled and said, "Well, Cinderella, as you have lived a good and wholesome life since we last met, I have decided to grant you 3 wishes. Is there anything for which your heart still wants?" Cinderella was overjoyed, and after some thoughtful consideration, she quietly uttered her first wish. "I wish I was wealthy beyond comprehension." So instantly, her rocking chair turned into solid gold. Cinderella was stunned, but Alan, her old cat, jumped off her lap quivering with fear. "Oh, thank you, fairy godmother," Cinderella exclaimed. The fairy godmother replied, "It's the least I can do. What does your heart desire for your second wish?" So Cinderella looked down at her frail body and said, "I wish I were young and full of beauty and youth again." At once, her wish became reality. Her beautiful face returned, and Cinderella felt stirrings inside her that had been dormant for years. Then the fairy godmother spoke again. "You have one more wish. What will you have?" So Cinderella looked over to the frightened cat in the corner and said, "I wish for you to transform Alan, my old cat, into a handsome young man." So magically, Alan suddenly underwent a transformation. When it was complete, he turned into a very handsome man. The fairy godmother smiled and said, "Congratulations, Cinderella, enjoy your new life." And with a blazing shock of bright blue electricity, she was gone. For a few moments, Alan and Cinderella gazed into each other's eyes. Cinderella sat breathless because Alan became the most handsome boy she had ever seen. So Alan walked over to Cinderella, who was still seated in her rocking chair, and held her close in his strong, youthful arms. He leaned in close to her ear, whispering softly, his warm breath blowing through her golden hair, and said, "I bet you regret having me nurtured now, don't you?"